What are we doing today?
We're going to be shooting Mr. Eric Bugenhagen down here at Muscle Beach. Little Psycho Pharma shoot, getting some edge of insanity ready for Eric. Then we're going to head to Hollywood. It's a beautiful day here in Venice, near Santa Monica. Let's get it going.
This is the land of the free. Arnold came here with a dream, right? And we got that same dream, and it's being squandered.
She's just getting yelled at. I'm like, whoever's yelling at you, have him come right now. Like, I'm filming on my phone. He came from Florida. I can film on my phone. This is public property. I'm sitting on. This is not.
Fellas, it's Eric Bugenhagen here with Psycho Pharma, and reporting in from Santa Monica Pier. Absolutely gorgeous, and I'll tell you something. All things happen for a reason. Life's about perspective. Because check this out. We went to Muscle freaking Beach in Venice, right? I go in there, Robbie Robinson, classic golden era bodybuilders pumping in there. I'm like, all right, this is what I'm talking about. Let's hit some, let's go for a freaking 800-pound deadlift variation, something crazy. Let's just blow the minds of the masses. Well, I go in there, I grab a barbell. As soon, I don't even get to put the barbell down. I'm carrying the barbell. Guys come up to me from the crew, like, hey, we gotta go. They're calling the cops, but it all worked out for the better because this is really nice. I mean, you can check out the scenery. We got the pull-up bars. We got ropes to climb, rings to do dips on. And it's like I say, it's like no matter what, you can always get a workout in, right? Like I was planning on doing lower body stuff today, upper, lower, that's the split. But like I said, some days you just don't feel it, right? Some days you don't feel like following your routine, and that's okay. You can always do something, whether it's freaking forearms and calves, you can do it, But today we're gonna take advantage, do a little bit of the body weight, become a freaking calisthenic freak today. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm just finishing up my pre-workout here. A little edge of insanity. Give me that GABA, euphoric state of being. I'm gonna stumble across the Alpha GPC, and I don't know what it was. I saw some study that showed that 600 milligrams, increased, an acute dose of 600 milligrams increased force production in the bench press. It increased your freaking bench press. Like one dose of Alpha GPC increased bench press. And then on top of that, there was this graph that showed placebo group, and then showed Alpha GPC groups like growth hormone production, intra and post workout. So I'm talking, you're combining the GABA, which already there's that study that shows it's 480% boost in growth hormone production, intra and post workout. And now you're telling me that the Alpha GPC has an equally powerful boost? Yes, please. So if I'm at this park and I'm doing calisthenics, I mean, what is that? Some push-ups? Let's do a freaking clap push-up, right? I land on the moon. How about that? Basically today's gonna be all bodyweight stuff. I'm just gonna warm up first. Warm up for anything. Listen, 280 pounds. So yeah, pull-ups, no problem. But at the same time, if I just start doing pull-ups without a warm-up, I'm just begging for tendonitis. So I'm just gonna start with some inverted rows, right? And this is a beauty, fellas. You can just change the angle here. It's kind of hard with the sand, but if I'm pulling low, right, it's like a bent over row. And then I can also make it more like face pull, get the rear delts. An inverted row is just an athletic movement, right? You have to get your glutes, right? Your core is just, everything's tight. I guess it just teaches you how to be rigid too, which is very important for strength. When you're squatting and you're deadlifting, you can't be loose as a goose in any area. So it's a good exercise for beginners, right? Because you can change the angle up a bit, but it's a great exercise, even if you're advanced. And if you train with someone, you can put plates on your hips, make it a little heavier, or you can always just change the angle up of your legs, right? Make the leverage a tad bit worse. But really good to warm up, right? You don't need weights for this. If this bar was a little bit higher, you could change the angle up where your body's more here, and as you get more and more warm, start becoming more horizontal, increasing the resistance. There we go. Ricky and the Black Crows. So I'll just do one more set here and then we'll move on, do some pull-ups. And I told you, always bring your resistance bands because we can assist it to warm up and we can freaking resist it to progress, all right? And that's the beauty. You think I'm a freaking weirdo, huh? Traveling with resistance bands? Who's the weirdo now? This is what it's all about here, boys. Okay? Never too strong, never too advanced to warm up, you know? So, yeah, I can get right back into it. I can just really hop in, body weight, add some weight, but that's a fool's mistake, right? Why do that when you can just go really light, get everything really cooking with gasoline, you know? No tendonitis here. Nothing worse than tendonitis. You want to stop making gains, get tendonitis. Those mini bands are key. You can gradually increase the weight, or if you're using them for insistence, just little jumps, or say if you're pressing or anything like that, even for push-ups, when we get to it, like these are gonna be money as well. You know? Oh, dude, kidding me? You telling me I'm not gonna have the best workout of my life right now? Oh yeah. We could set these up here. All right, you guys, we're gonna be here all day. I'm sorry, Darren. You wanna go? You know, we can hook up. We can hook up one there. We can hook up one there. Oh, we're gonna get a voluptuous chest.
Go to the Rock and Roll Valley.
Yeah.
Sunset Strip, Guitar Center.
No, I think we're gonna just do the chest flies.
Wait a second. Chest flies and no guitar setting. We can do both.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna be so like just fried. You know what I'm saying? I can't play. I'll play bass.
We got a drum set for you.
Yeah. Can always play bass. When you see that, start with 2 bands to 1 band, no bands. Every set's just as easy. If I would have started with just body weight, what would have happened? Tendonitis. So call it wraps. We gotta go. I got screaming tendonitis. I don't know if you guys have ever had tendonitis before. Nothing like nothing like killing your mindset, then ready to tackle workout and doing a set of bench with like 1 plate. Like, oh god. I went wide here. I'm just basically, for the sake of just, you know, hanging out with the seagulls and seeing the scenery, we're just gonna do like 1 set of each and we'll move on. Going wide, we'll go narrow. Well, actually, I'm gonna go more wide. You can never go wide enough. I mean, what are we trying to do? Are we trying to get wide or what? There's nothing to anchor the band on the ground, but I actually really like this because now we can do one like this on the right side and one on the left side. And it just like adds just a super unique resistance curve. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Really wants to pull you, you know what I'm saying? So it's almost like you're gonna fly with one side. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is the freaking Bugenhagen pull-up.
Is it the first time you've done that with it like that?
Well, I've done So obviously I've like wrapped them around myself like that, but usually it's always anchored to the ground, so it's never really, that's just crazy. You know what I mean? Like resistance, like pulling you that way. Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. It's like that Plyometrics press or whatever that people do with the cable or the resistance band. Functional, fellas. It's a highly functional workout. When you're faced with adversity, like for instance, Muscle Beach, saying, no, not today, we're kicking you out. Like, who would have ever thought that a brand new discovery would be invented? You're gonna be seeing pro athletes doing this 5 years from now. You know what's funny is that felt harder than that side. I must be weaker, like my chest fly on my leg, you know what I mean? It's pretty cool. That's it right there. That's the seed of greater opportunity right there. I'm just gonna warm up for these dips now. Oh yeah. Oh, flies. Arnold would be proud. I don't know if they had resistance bands back in his day. What's funny is, I think there's this company, I think it's called Life Fitness. Well, there's like Lifetime. It's one of those. It's not the big gym. I think that's Lifetime, right? There's a company called Life Fitness, I think, that started in Madison, I want to say. It was like a national champion boxer guy. Can't remember his name. Bobby Hintz, I think was his name. And I was at a house party with my dorm mate when I was a freshman in college. And this guy, you could tell that we were like athletes, you know, we're wrestlers. I said, oh yeah, I had this line, we're making resistance bands. We want to train athletes purely with resistance bands. And, like, I want to have you guys do this. I'm like, oh man, that's cool, but we're just getting hammered and we didn't care. So then, like, a few years later or whatever, you know, I'm at like Dick's Sporting Goods or something, and like this guy's brand is blowing up. Like, he's distributing to like those stores now. So he must have made millions, but just selling like bands and stuff. Lots of cool band stuff. Yeah, I mean, this was back in 2006. But yeah, I'm sure he's cashed out now. But it was funny because this is like, bands weren't really even a huge thing. Now bands are everywhere, but this is like, yeah, did you guys ever lift with bands? We're like, nah, dumbbells, you know. But yeah, now bands are everywhere.
People don't always know what to do with them. You demonstrate a unique way to do it.
Yeah, you know, you can do anything with bands. Well, this is really important for like, you know, for wrestling, for instance, being on the road. You gotta get a pump before the show. You know what I mean? It's like a guitar player. You gotta warm up your chops before you play. You know what I'm saying? Wrestling, you gotta get your pecs pumped before you go out there. So it's just like, you basically just bring your bands, and you can do everything with them. I mean, I'll be honest, this is giving me a better pump than machines and dumbbells. The strength curve is just incredible, right? It's like little tension, big stretch, big tension. Isometric at the end. I'm a huge isometric fan now too. Ever since in middle school, my dad forced me. Well, my dad was great. Don't take it the wrong way, but he forced me to do all this like extra training when I didn't want to. It's like, oh yeah, after wrestling practice, you're gonna go to this guy's dojo and do another wrestling practice. Like, damn it, Dad. So it was, if anyone's like a real big fan of old UFC, it was like Adrian Serrano. He was in the UFC when it was like really new. We would just go to his dojo, and like, it's funny because you'd think like, oh man, what did he teach you? It's like, dude, he just had us do wall sits for like an hour. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not even kidding. You just leave just like, and then next time it's like, oh yeah, you're gonna see Serrano. It's like, damn it. It's like, just, I hated it so much. But that, and then like, I went to like wrestling camp, and like the, you know, the Olympians from the past and stuff, they would always be like, just do wall sits, you know? It's like wall sits was just such an old school thing. And then like you know, I've been lifting now for 25 years, and like for some reason, just recently, like God, I used to do so many wall sits. Why do I never do them anymore? So I did them. Like, oh, these are so good, especially after having knee surgery. Like a isometric, it's like the best thing to strengthen your tendons. So I'm like, this is a double whammy. I'm getting a quad pump. I'm getting my tendons are strengthening. I'm doing like rehab, even though I'm beyond that point. So then I'm looking it up, and it's like the research shows that like isometrics are awesome for increasing like strength in that like joint angle. So like if I'm doing a wall sit at like a 90-degree angle here, I'm really increasing my strength here. So that, like basically if I'm squatting, like everyone kind of gets stuck, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I have to dump it. But you're getting really strong where you need it. You know what I mean? That 90-degree angle, and it's like you burn out first in like the concentric, and then the isometric, and then like the negative, the centric. So it's just like I've kind of figured like, why have I ever stopped doing isometric? So like say I'm doing curls now, I'll go until it's like I have to cheat the last rep, and then you can hold the isometric for like 20 seconds, and you can just squeeze out like double the volume in one set. You know? Increase the tension. Oh, it's the beauty of the bands, man. I really realized how much I missed using bands. Because look, you got resistance. You burn out a little bit, take a little step back. Burn out a little bit, take a little step back. Oh. Man, you can get total burnout with the bands. That's unique, totally unique to anything you can do at the gym. Like a pullover motion. Oh yeah, that's intense. That's intense. Pull over. Get the lats cooking. Get them juicy. Good. Nice little tricep. And again, with the bands, you can do like just one massive burnout. Get a little closer. Oh. Oh. Burn it, burn it, burn it. And then check this out. Got double, singlet, singlet. Oh my God, just total burnout, total burnout. Oh, I'm in, that's it. One set, just cooked. Just cooked. Tell me you don't have time to do that, you know what I mean? You got 5 minutes to work out some bands. One set of this, one set of that.
When you go to the beach, take a blanket.
Oh, dude, yeah.
And your bands.
Yeah. And tries. Sadly mistaken. Oh, this is gonna be so nasty with the bands. Take a step back. Oh, yeah. Oh my God. Hammer curl. Oh my God. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, I'm just cooked. Just cooked. Oh my God. Just cooked. Wish I had one of these in my gym, or you know what I mean? Something about climbing a rope. It's like you said, a big part of it's ego, right? But ego's good if you utilize it properly. Something like that, people are watching you, like, oh, of course you're gonna get it. You know what I'm talking about? And if you're not gonna get it, you're not a competitor. This guy's crazy. Holy crap. Yeah, right. Olympic gymnastics athlete. Oh man, you burn out, like, and there's a lot of like swinging and stuff, but again, I think really the benefit with it is like the catching of your body weight. You just feel it so much. Shock absorption, you know? It's really good. Yeah. It's good. And anytime I did, because I do pull-ups a lot, but it's another thing I stopped doing. And when I went back and I did like a set for the first time, just like 10, the next day I'm like, oh man, it's so sore. You know, because you're catching so much weight.
I don't even have to do that. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's good, yeah. It's a good one. It's a really good one. Somebody said, what's the point? He's missing out on what is it? He's missing out on the peak contraction, which is the most important part. Which now the science-based geeks now have come to the conclusion that it's not the most important part. It's the stretch, you know what I'm saying? So, you're doing this, basically it's just like you have to generate enough force to get you moving where you can let go of it, right? But then when you catch it, you're catching all your body weight. And I feel like that's where you're getting, it's like with plyometrics where, for instance, if I'm here, right? Like doing this stuff, right? You know what I mean? So what's the point? He's not even doing an ass to grass squat. But it's like shock absorption, which like as an athlete, you need that. And that's what strengthens your tendons too and teaches your body how to like rapidly, you know, absorb force and create force, right? So that's like the whole idea of plyometrics. So same idea with the pull-up, right? Some people are like, oh, you have to squeeze. Like, that's just one tool, right? But at the end of the day, like, explosive stuff's good, slow and controlled stuff's good. Like, you do it all, and you're here, and you don't have any weights. Well, how can you know, get freaking higher intensity? You can try to explode through your reps. Hey, fellas, that's what it's all about right there. Like, I think the key with just training and having fun in general is just always switching it up. And you get stuck in the same routine, and it gets stale after a while, and you lose the fire and all that. But doing days like this where you're just a kid on a playground, like, kind of reminds you why you like working out in the first place. It's just trying things. Oh, that feels pretty cool. And it reminds you of like, yeah, I don't know why I stopped doing that. Like with the bands and the plyo, the explosive pull-ups, and like all this kind of stuff. It's just all encompassing fitness, strength training. Like, and something else that's really cool about this is I was looking at this place, like, this place is cooler than Muscle Beach. There's a sign actually over there that says this is the original Muscle Beach. And this is what I envision, you know what I mean? Like this has an old school feel. And like I said, all things happen for a reason, because we were at the new Muscle Beach, Venice, and it doesn't have an old school feel. But here you can tell there's some rich, deep lore here. Just some voluminous pec and tricep pumps gone down in this freaking, you know, sanctuary of voluminous muscle tissue. All right, but that's it for this workout. You know, still gonna enjoy LA, maybe head up, see some rich, deep rock and roll, heavy metal history now. That's what Psycho Pharma is all about, really. Yeah, kicking ass in the weight room, high energy, high intensity, but at the same time, same high energy, same high intensity with the freaking phalanges. I used to think I really had small hands, but I mean, now that I'm putting my hands in everyone else's hands, it's like the handprint's pretty funny, dude. Like I've You don't realize it. You're like, oh man, he's like, he's the rock stars. You're like, oh yeah, yeah, tiny hands. Not that it matters, but Black Sabbath, Ozzy, they all have tiny hands. They all have tiny hands. I just want to look big, you know what I mean? I don't want my base to be big, I want to look big. Sucks that they put all the best guitars up there, man. Just want to play the $100,000 guitar. Yeah, Elvis was badass. I just want to.
Do it.
Yeah, man, they couldn't
God damn it, Elvis.
They couldn't show
Don't shake your pelvis.
Yeah. Hold the girls.
That is rock and roll. It's like doing
Go to the, all the police. It's like us in Muscle Beach. Like, don't lift weights here.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Don't lift weights. All right, who's giving me the tour here? This is the walkway or whatever. This is the what is this called?
Yeah, so this is the Chinese theater.
So this is the stars here.
Stars.
Chinese theater.
Got a premiere going on here for Rebel Moon, dropping on Wednesday. So,
Sci-fi geeks.
Yep.
Is that what that is? Or just a floor of pencilnecks.
Maybe we could put a muscle print.
Yeah, that would be good.
Got a
They
fresh
did that
bicep and
neck
some concrete.
grip. Just a lot of weak hands. How many pounds do you think that hand can grip? You know what I'm saying? You think they're doing rows of 200-pound dumbbells? I don't think so. That's what I think about when I see this stuff. Everyone's enamored, like, oh man, the stars, the celebrities. I'm just thinking, I bet that hand couldn't hold 750 pounds. Huh? That must be a child, though, right? That's a small hand. They're gonna pass. Still got tiny hands. Our hands are like literally identical. We've got like 6 inches on them, but. What's that?
PENCILNECK?
No, Sly, dude. I listen. I grew up worshiping him. I would watch the Rocky movies. I would have like a wrestling tournament the next day, and I would just stay up all night watching like Rocky, right? And just getting so amped up. And I had the Rocky soundtrack, and I would just listen to the bus. Yeah, Sly, huge influential presence in my lifetime. I grew up. Dude, that I don't know now. Now kids got YouTube and stuff like that. They can watch stuff that gets them fired up, but back in my day, you watched Rocky 4 specifically.
I want to start going to the gym. Like I have that like feeling, but I don't know what's like stopping me from going.
Oh, dude, the hardest part is just starting anything.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Just go and just make it as simple as possible. You can even go and just do one exercise. Treadmill for 10 minutes and just do like a leg press one day. You know what I'm saying? Just start with the machine. There's no learning curve. And eventually it's like, okay, I think I got a feel of that. You have these dumbbells, and I'll do the same thing, right? You grab these dumbbells, squat it, like, you know what I mean? You just progress from there. But the hardest thing is just getting started with anything you're doing. It's always just jumping in. Once you jump in,
Hey,
awesome.
just go for it.
This is great.
Okay.
Why was I scared?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you feel good. Wow. The historic Rainbow Bar and Grill.